Welcome back, everybody. This is Mike with Door and Lock Tips, and we've got a great show tonight. I mean, an exceptional show. I'm going to show you a tool that we affectionately call in the shop here the guillotine. That sounds a little scary. And this is a beast. So this little jewel is vital to what I'm going to teach you tonight. So this is going to be such a great tip. You're going to be shocked how many buildings you can walk into and sell a really great idea. Okay? So if you're a locksmith, pay close attention, because this is going to make you lots of money. So, you know, we work on locks, and if you're just a regular individual, let's say you already have this beauty, right? Or you have a smaller version of it. I'm going to teach you something that maybe, I don't know, 10 people in the US actually understand, and that's door numbering. All right? So you have a jamb and you have the door, right? So let's say I was called over to a hospital or an office or a bank or any place that has lots of doors, right? Let's say you walk into a hospital that has 600 beds in it. So you have maybe 7 floors, all those doors, all those openings have to have door numbers on them. And if they don't have them, they're lost. So if the engineering department says, all right, Mike, I want you to come in, I want you to work on the door next to the nurse station, whatever, on the 4th floor. Could be 4 doors adjoining that nurse station. So I walk up there and, he's real busy, hasn't got time to send a guy with me. And so I go there and I don't know the door number. I ask the staff, I say, hey, you guys, which door's having the problem? Trust me, all of them are having problems. So they go, oh, the one over here in the med room, that one is jamming on us. And we've called maintenance, 16 times. And oh, we're so glad you're here, right? So I fix that door opening, I change the hinges, and I do the standard maintenance on it that no one has done. And come to find out, it's the wrong opening. And the engineering department, the chief engineer there, he says, hey, I'm sorry, that wasn't the one. Thank you. Well, if I had a door number to go by, I wouldn't have ran into any problem, and the engineering department could have said, go work on door number such and such. So I'm going to teach you a trick that you can go in and you can talk to engineering in any building, okay, a large skyscraper. Let's say you're in Boston or somewhere. This YouTube channel goes all over. So let's say you have this beauty, right? You have a guillotine cutter. This one is made by AccuCut. So this company is renowned, okay? It's probably 250 pounds of solid, steel. It has you know how big this blade is? It is 25 inches. This thing cuts, and it also has a killer little hold down apparatus. So when it cuts square. So let's say you have this thing, or you have another version. There's cheaper versions. But let's say you have the model 3001, and it's 7-inch by 25-inch bench shears. We call it the guillotine cutter. And you have it already, and you're making, I don't know, you're engraving stuff for folks walking into your building and they want, keychains or bottles or whatever. And you're a engraver, right? You're an engraver, and you have this cutter. You have engraver plastic, because it's relatively cheap, can be had all over the US. But you haven't seen door numbers like this. Super easy system. You can basically do an inventory of the building, a walkthrough, site inventory of all the door openings in about 3 days on a monster, right? 7-story big one. And the engineering department has been waiting for you to show up. They want their door openings numbered. So I'm going to show you the trick. I'm going to show you the tools. There's a couple of them you got to have, but you may already have them. So let's get right into the show. Here's the machine. It's made in Pennsylvania from a company called AccuCutter, actually. And it's in Pennsylvania. And I'm not quite sure if these numbers are any good anymore, but they probably are. So they make all kinds of these cutters. But this monster is their pride and joy. So it is such a heavy beast. And here's the model. So that's it. It's called a bench shears, but we affectionately call it the guillotine. Let me just show you why. So when you first get your machine, you're going to have to lift that bad boy up on a bench. And it usually takes a couple of guys, right? And here's the engraver plastic. I bought this from Rowmark. Okay, that's the brand. This is the best you can buy. All right, you can get it all over the U.S., but this is some of the best engraver plastic you're going to find. And you might argue with me over that, but I found it was great. So all you do in order to cut the engraver plastic, now you're not going to cut it up in little squares for the numbers. This is the rough cut for your engraving machine. Instead of you using a table saw, because that's what you're faced with. How do you cut the engraver plastic? It looks easy, right? Well, it's not. You need a guillotine cutter. So I don't want to cut this plastic right now, but I will just show you how cool this thing is. So this little arm, you want to buy this extra. I don't know if it came with it. I think it did. Yeah, this comes with it. So all you do is you swing this 40-pound handle down, and this spring loads down against the plastic, holds it perfectly stable. You can't move it, and then you just guillotine it. And you can buy different blades. This one is for aluminum, non-ferrous metal, lightweight, and also for plastics. And then I bought another one, which is super cool, right? Because, you know, you just do that when you're ordering the monster. And I would open it up, but I don't want to chip it. And this one is just for plastic. And this one will probably never wear out, but look at all the nuts there, nuts and bolts, right? I don't want to take that off anytime soon. So there you have it. Now, the reason you have this beauty, and you may have one of these in your shop already. So I'm just telling you, you got to get something like this. They have, you know, rotary type that cut, but everything throws a tremendous amount of dust and debris, and your shop will be inundated. I mean, everything, it sticks to, you know, your cabinets, it sticks to everything because it's just magnetic, you know, once you've cut it up. So you need a guillotine cutter to cut your stock into squares for your beautiful engraver, whatever engraver you have. Now let's look at what kind of engraver. If you're a locksmith, you may already have one, and it's made by Ilco. It's called Engrave It Pro, but actually it's made out in California. You'll find out if you buy an Ilco Engrave It Pro like I did. There's a company that manufactures all these little engraving machines, but Ilco sells one just for keys, but it will do the door numbering. So let's take a look at it. If you're a locksmith or an engraver, or you just have some novelty shop, you can make door numbers for all your huge buildings and make a fortune, guys. You have the tooling, you have the equipment, use it. So pay close attention. I'm going to show you how. You know what? On second thought, I am going to cut something. My locker material, that beautiful veneer that I put on the sides, I didn't want to make you feel bad, but I can cut all that with this too. So it'll cut, you know, various thicknesses of a lot of materials. So let's go ahead and cut a little chunk of this stuff just to show you how cool this machine is. So I just put that little hold down apparatus there. I'm going to reach over here over the camera and I'm going to pull down effortlessly. Oh, I like that noise. I mean, that is one sharp monster. So let's see how beautiful it cut it. I was square against the table right here, and I sheared that off like it was nothing. So I could have done that with the squares on the little locker like it wasn't even there. Let's see if I can grab that piece. So here's the little edge that I just trimmed off. And if you're doing banding in a shop and you just need some of this mica, and you only need little strips, get the guillotine cutter, the Acu cutter. What a machine. This thing is cool. Cool, I just love showing you this thing. Here's the cool little machine that you're going to need if you are a locksmith. This engraves keys. So if you're doing hundreds of keys like I do, you need numbers on all the keys, just like you need numbers on door jambs. You need numbers on keys or locations, whatever they request. And this little Engrave It Pro does it. And it also makes wonderful little numbers like this. You may not know this, you guys, if you own this machine, but here's your door numbers. So this is what we've been talking about all night. So you need a couple machines. You've got to have an engraver of some kind. You've got to have that little Acu cutter, and then some two-way tape. And you can number a building, and I will show you what these symbols mean. And this will make you money, guys. So if you're a locksmith or you're an engraver of some kind and you're not making any money, I'll show you how to do it right now. You locksmiths or novelty shops, put your tools to work. Make some money, engrave some door numbers. Here's how it works. Let's talk about door numbering. Now you can see this little layout. I want to show you how this works. All right, if someone told you it was K1FM01, see the dashes between here? Dash A dash 04 dash and. If you are very familiar with their building or not familiar with their building, you can walk to this door opening from those numbers they just told you. You're going to freak out. So let's get how you could do that. So now, how to number a building. This is vitally important that you understand how to do this, because all that tooling and all that stuff you may have can't be put to work unless you understand this simple little idea. I didn't think of it, but someone did about 80 years ago in a hospital. And the guys are super smart. He retired, and he was a genius, really, to think of this. So they numbered all their buildings this way, and I could walk through their building, not even know the building, and I could find my way to the door opening from this. So let's say they gave me this number. So it says area of service. So it was always K because it's the key department, because I work on the key department. You know, I work with the key department, so that's the area of service. I know it's a door jamb. Now, if it was, I don't know, another area of service, well, the number would be different. But they started with K and they kept it. So area of service, because they decided all door jambs would lead to the same area. Let's say there's a, I don't know, a printer in this in this room. So the area of service would be by this door opening in this room behind it, right? Or it could be even perched out here, but a guy could know from this door number, and I'm going to show you how this is so cool. I think you probably already get it, but let's just go in a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. So there's the area of service. It's K for key department. Then the hospital. So you could have, you know, a branch of a bank. So the hospital would be 1 FM. So there could be 2 FM or 3 SW, wherever they know where that hospital is, different branches. So that's the branch of the hospital. And then you have the floor. So we're on the first floor. And the wing is, you know, A, B, C, D. Okay? You getting it now? And then you have the door number. So it could be door number 3, door number 4, door number 5. And then this last one is so cool. It's terminus. So that word means if you're on this door opening right here, let's just look at it. Right here, this door opening. Now, if you walk in this door opening, you can't get to this room, and you can't get to this room. So terminus means nothing, it's 0, is behind this door opening. So you know when you walk up to this door opening, if it says and, that means there's more door openings behind it. So look at this. This says and right here. I want to, maybe I don't have this really tight enough of a picture. Let's just go a little tighter. So see, and means there's another door behind it. So when you walk up to this thing, you say, oh, where's my door number? I'm looking for 04. I'm looking for door number, door number 04, right? And it's behind this door. It's 04A. It's not 04 and, 04A. So I walk through the door opening and I'm at 04A. Isn't this cool? So if you had 5 or 6 doors behind this, A, B, C, D. Remember how this is done, guys. Write it down, imprint it on your mind, and you can offer this system to all the facilities that exist in your area. And this will work on floor after floor after floor. And when you give a lock guy, you know, in the key department, or a printing guy, you give him this number. Let's say you give him this number right here. K, which is the key department. 1 FM is the area of service, the hospital, right? Well, it's not the area of service. Area of service is K. Then the hospital. Then you have the floor. If this was 2, I'd be on the 2nd floor. So a guy can think this out right in his hand if he has the door number. And then it's A. So it's the wing A. There could be a B, C, D. You can ask somebody, hey, is this A? But you can just walk around the floor and you can see A, and then it'll jump into B and C and D. So you can just find your way from door numbers on the jambs. So these will all be mounted on the jambs. Let me just show you. You're going to engrave this number and you're going to fix it on the door jamb, top right corner. So you're going to have it on the top right corner on that 2-inch metal jamb, and it'll stick right there because, let's find one with some 2-way tape underneath it. I might not be able to find it, but I wanted to show you. You just put 2-way tape on the back and just stick it right on there. And this is permanent. So when the painters come, they're going to paint around this, and they won't wreck your little engraving. And so the and means there's more doors behind this thing, right? So we have the key number, we have the hospital, we have the floor, we have the area, you know, the wing, A, B, C, D. We have the door number, and we know that there's a door number behind it. So this little door number could have a B after it, or a C, or an A. So we understand how this works right here. If you memorize this and you think about it a little while, you'll understand how important door numbers are to the entire facility. It stops all the crazy confusion. Trust me, it gets confusing, especially when you have hundreds of doors. You need door numbers. So sell this idea, guys. Sell it. You can make money. If you're a locksmith and you're walking around and they tell you to go over to this area, you're going to make a mistake. They're going to have to send people with you. It gets so confusing. You know, it costs them tons and tons of money because they don't have door numbers. So they're lost in their whole facility. And you know, door numbers with a thermal printer that goes 678742 tells you nothing. I mean, if you finally find it, you know, because they told you, oh, it's the second floor, it's over by nurse station B, you're going to look around a long time to find that thermal printed number. But if you go by this system, right here, I'm laboring this because it is so important. If you go by this system, you will make so much money just selling them this idea. Hopefully this has been helpful. It works day in, day out. You will love it. So this is how it works. Close up. Area service is the key department. The hospital is 1 FM, or whatever you want to call it. If you have many hospitals, you know, the numbers are going to go up. Could go up 12, 13, whatever. And then you have the floor. Then you have the wing, A, B, C, D. You could go north, south, east, and west with this as well, the wing. Then you have the door number and terminus. So anything behind it, so this means there's something behind this door opening. So you walk into the room, because you're looking for a door 104, right? Door 104 A or B or C. So you walk in, you knock on the door, and you say, hey, I want to just come in. It might be a bathroom door. So that's how it works. If you implement this, I want to know, if you could leave the comments down that this was helpful, because I've made a lot of money walking buildings because I'm a locksmith and selling this idea. I mean, if you got your key engraver, why are you wasting such an easy idea? I mean, you can sell keys, right? You can sell door numbers too. And it'll help you, help the facility. They'll save tons and tons and tons of money because they know exactly where you're at by the door number. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm hoping this was helpful. You know, I'm here to give you a couple little tips and tricks in the lock and door industry. And if you're just in the engraving industry, you are missing an opportunity of a lifetime. And you know, it'd be helpful to me too. You can't do it all. And if you're in just one local area, let's say Boston, or you're in, who knows, Memphis, they need door numbers, guys. They'll save thousands of dollars a year because all the guys are lost in the entire building. And you can solve that problem for them. They need you. So why don't you help them out? Please leave a comment and tell me what you think of this video, because you know, some of these are detailed. Some are, I've watched guys, you know, show you how to do master keying, and they go through the hard lesson of that, right? Because it's hard, but it's really easy if you buy some software. You don't have to do any math. But, you know, it depends on how much you want to use your brain. But if you have the right tools and you know this system, you can make a lot of money just door numbering all their facility. So you're a locksmith, you do keys, you do door numbering. That's all you say to yourself. When you walk in, you got to have something to give to them. Say, hey, do you need your door jambs numbered? And the engineering department will say, what are you talking about? So make up this little stand. I mean, you can go to Office Depot. You can buy their little plastic stand that's set on a table. Use your engraver and engrave this little thing. If you got the wherewithal, you can engrave this little killer system. They'll look at it and they'll go, I never thought of that. Because who has? Who knows this thing? Not many. The guy is retired, probably would really love to see this video and see that the whole world is finally seeing what he developed years ago, 80 years ago, guys. So this has been around a long time. It works in hospitals, and I just want to let you know, okay? Money can be had in so many avenues of this lock and door industry. If you're a locksmith and all you do is keys, you do a lot of engraving, engrave some door jamb numbers, and use this killer machine, AccuCutter. You can buy lighter ones, but you need 24 inches for engraving plastic. And then on your platter, on your little Engrave It Pro, you need little, I forget what it is, 10 by 8, I think, inches for your plastic. And then your little Engrave It Pro will buzz all this out. It cuts them in little squares. You don't cut these in squares yourself. Your Engrave It Pro just locks around that. And if you have an engraver, you know what I'm talking about. You do this all the time. You just needed a system, a real system that works. I'm saying make some money, guys, and I'm here to help. So if you enjoyed this video, please tell your friends. Subscribe to my channel, and I will have more door and lock tips so you can make some money coming your way. So ring that bell and tell your friends. Thank you guys for staying till the end.